back. WNST, Towson, Baltimore, and Baltimore Positive. We have been spanning the globe to bring you the constant variety of sport and crab cake as the crab cake tour's headed out. We're going to be doing some fishing and some crabbing and doing different stuff. We've been talking so much about sports being back, and whether it's golf and Phil Mickelson, or whether it's watching the Orioles lose, or me going down to the Bay Sox game 2 weeks from now, everything's back. Wrestling, UFC, MMA, and of course, boxing. She is not a Baltimorean, but declares Baltimore her home. It is always good to visit with Franchon Crews Dezurn, who is down in Florida right now. She looks a little unmasked right now. Big fight this weekend going on down in Miami as part of the Thriller Fight Club. We're going to send everybody out to find out about that, but unifying crowns. And, usually it's audio with you and me. I've moved to Zoom, so now I get to look at you. I got to duck a little bit here, Franchon. How are you today?
I'm doing wonderful. I feel amazing. Thank you for having me.
Well, it's always good to have you on. Give me a little update here. I think the last time I had you on, maybe a year and a half ago, there was a fight. Then I saw there was like a drug test thing afterward. And then I need to learn about the modern state of, like, you got to fight this week. Where have you been the last couple of months? And tell me what it takes to get ready for a fight. Because, I mean, I saw Rocky 40 years ago, but I'm sure you're training a little different, right?
Yes, well, the last time we spoke, I had a fight and I ended up fighting the drug chief, PD abuser. I was reinstated as the world champion. I got my belts back. Then, the world stopped for a minute with the pandemic.
More than a minute.
So I had to navigate that like everyone else. Still pursuing my degree. Fast forward to January 2021, I was able to get back in the ring and got a victory over Ashley Curry. So that started my engine. And leading up to now, I'm here fighting for undisputed. I'm fighting for all the world titles. So I'm just ready. I'm grateful for the opportunity. I finished my degree. So that's one thing.
No, hold on here. You've mentioned that twice in 30 seconds. So let's stop the fight for a minute here. Let's have a standing. Tell me about, like, you're not going to fight forever, right? I mean, I always find it fascinating when women do this, right? And I'm not old fashioned or whatever, but I was walking through Fells Point the other day and there was a UFC thing on, 2 women beating, okay, but this is a decision you make. But obviously, the degree part and what you're doing, that's a big part of your life as well. And maybe the boxing's an entree to the rest of it, right?
Yeah, well, the stereotype that boxers are dumb. So I definitely wanted to break that stereotype. And also, as a businesswoman with a small business of my own, I just wanted to make sure I had the tools to pursue what I wanted to pursue after boxing. But boxing is my life. I love it. And it's given me so many great opportunities in life, period.
I'm not going to let you go. Then where are you going to school? What are we studying? What are we doing? I know you got some fashion going on as the heavy hitting diva.
Yeah. So at being an elite athlete and an elite Team USA member for over 12 years, they actually offered me a scholarship for one of their partners, which is the Rye University. So I've done it online forever. It's not like a super prestigious school, but it's prestigious to me.
Not like my community college degree over in Dundalk is what you're saying. Something prestigious like that.
No. But I went to study small business management, entrepreneurship, and that's a goal I had while I was boxing. So to be able to complete that, and then about to complete this huge mission of being undisputed, it's like a big deal to me.
Well, I mean, how much time are you putting in during the plague when you don't have a fight? You don't know when there's going to be a fight. Bring me behind the scene, like maybe last March, where you were and what was going on in your life. Run me through those 6 months this time last year, because so many of us were struggling with the fact am I going to have a fight again? Am I going to travel again? Am I going to be on a beach again? Am I going to hug anybody again? All of those things that's where we were a year ago.
Well, pull out your violin. Because as we stated, I ended up fighting a drug cheat and I, was robbed of my belt. So I was going through depression. February, March, I was actually in Colorado Springs with my husband training with the Team USA boxing team. And that's when the pandemic hit. So it was like a whirlwind trying to get over depression and the trauma from my fight, and then really not knowing what was going on. So I really credit my husband a lot for keeping me focused. And, even when we put on those pandemic pounds, he's the one out there running with me. And when I
Did
got
you
the
put
call,
pandemic pounds on? I mean, like, literally,
hell yeah, I put
depression's not
pandemic,
something. Listen, we talk about this every day here, right? Depression's a serious thing, and when you
hell
find
yeah.
yourself with dark thoughts like that, then certainly as an elite athlete, getting up every day, moving the endorphins, moving right is part
Yeah,
of getting right.
I was going through it. It was like my whole world, my career had stopped because, being number one, and then it was just a lot. So when I got the call in November about tentatively fighting in December, then it was moved to January. I was like, okay, it's a little glimpse of hope. So, my husband, and we couldn't really go to gym. So I was training in my basement. And then at the time, my damn furnace was broken. So I'm in there cold as hell trying to get it together.
It was like Rocky. Was it like Rocky? Were you doing pull-ups on the pipes and stuff, or no?
Listen, I was out there, my cats, I had to snuggle them in between rounds to stay warm. And I just really, I'm proud of myself because that was a hard situation. I got through, I got the W, and things start opening up in the world. Boxing start opening up. So I'm just like, we're here now. I'm present. I am present.
She is Baltimore's and a little bit of Virginia as well. Franchon Crews Dezurn. She is the WBC and WBO title holder at super middleweight. She can be fighting Ellen, maybe I pronounce this right, Sederuz of Sweden for the IBF and the WBA crowns down in Miami on the 19th this week. Also in the clothing design business. I love the shades, by the way. I mean,
Thank
I'm working on
you.
some new. I work with my friends at Visionary Eye, my friend Brian Griggs. I'm working on some good this is my reading glass. I can't see anything
Oh,
without it. But give me a
oh,
little
no.
clothing and fashion, and you're going to school for business. And where does this all lead? You'll be wearing something good into the ring this week now, right? You look like a winner.
Yes, well, anything I touch is winning. I design all my fashion, my ring attire. So I will be rocking something really cool that also has a lot of sentimental value, and it's representing so many things that I'm taking in this fight with me. As far as my small business, I am a business. I do commentary. I design for other fighters and other things. So, just learning how to brand myself and monetize that, and just helping others. I'm also a mentor to people in my gym, people in my circle. So it's just being paid for who I am. That's what I like.
Well, you mentioned drug testing and your opponent and where we are in sport, right? I mean, across all sports, I'm of the baseball era where I'm running around asking Brady Anderson, how he's hitting 50. This is 25 years ago, right? I go back to the East German women growing beards back in the 70s, right?
Listen, I fought in Russia in 2005 or six, and looking back now, that either was a modified woman, or it could have been a whole man. It could have been a whole man or a woman that's on some PEDs. And yeah, but go ahead, finish your.
No, but the testing and trusting the testing, and more than that, I don't know what you put in your body today, but I'm assuming some of it has some powder or it comes out of it. It isn't just apples and oranges and things that you're trying to use for training. I see this with football. We see this throughout sports. What's in the milkshake? What needs to be in there? What can't be in there? Tell me about your diet a little bit and um, not popping dirty on a drug test, even by accident, let alone by choice.
Well, for me, growing up, and I'm very proud of my pedigree as a Team USA alumni and elite athlete. We had USADA and WADA, which was very, very, very strict. Like they'll pop up at your house at any time. So I was raised on that system, that you are responsible for whatever you put in your body, even by accident. How they give us a website to run and scan everything we put in our body. So it's really a small room for error. For me, I'm very simple. I'm a proud snack athlete, SNAC, and everything is clean with them. And I'm from the South too. Virginia made me, Baltimore raised me, but I'm just a natural born athlete. I'm something special. And collard greens and all that good stuff.
Yeah, there's nothing in there. Nothing bad's gonna happen when you just
No,
have
no,
a regular
no.
food.
Nah. I just do B12 and my snack supplements and making sure my intestines are good, make sure I'm regular. And I just try to eat clean, especially close to the fight. I eat clean. I don't eat foods with preservatives or like processed stuff from boxes and things. But I just try to keep it clean. I'm Mother Earth, you know?
Do you eat more before a fight here? Like, leading up, we talked about weight a year ago. Clearly, you're training a lot. You're probably getting into the clean out period right now here as we gear up for a fight here this week, right?
Yeah, you know, the physical is a big part of it, but mental and spiritual, I've gotten to that realm as I have evolved through all the stuff I've been through. So, as long as I'm hydrated, I eat good, little good carbs, and I'm just, being nice to my body. And it's telling me when it wants to eat. It's telling me what I need because you can overfeed it and not, process it properly. But, I'm just eating clean, a lot of protein, good carb to get through my workout. And then once we get closer, probably Wednesday, I'll start, going down on my diet.
7 straight victories and fighting for the belt in Miami. Franchon Crews Dezurn joining us once again here. When you talk about eating clean, tell me what you'll eat today. What's a day and a diet look like a week before a fight for you? When you say clean, I mean I am. We do work with Wise Markets and we talk about organic. My wife's a 2-time leukemia survivor. We're
Okay, go girl.
hardcore about berries and about nuts and about legumes. I mean, I love me some meat. I love me some pizza. I love me some French fries. I mean, I eat all. I love ice cream. It's Dairy Month, by the way. Next month is National Ice Cream Month, and I'm going up and tour the facility for 60 flavors. But there is a point where like portion control, but more than that, just what you're eating. And I mean, I said, well, if you're an athlete, you must be scooping stuff out. I have a hydrate drink that I trust, but I'm not fighting and having a drug test this week. I don't absolutely know what's in it, but I know it makes me feel good. And I've been drinking it for a couple of years from a hydrate standpoint. But I would think clean for you would be literally nothing like that, right? Because the last thing you want to do with a good reputation is have something happen that is against the rules.
Yeah, so man, I've seen Michael Phelps before. I was at the Olympic Training Center with him, and he eats like 2 huge plates of food, and I'm just like, man, I look at that, I'm fat. But but for me, along with my snack supplements, who has a great protein supplement for after you work out. But this morning I had egg whites, some potatoes, a piece of chicken sausage, and I drink like a gallon or so of water a day. And since I'm down in my Florida, it's really humid. So sometimes I add the lemon and the salt for hydration. And you can always go to Pedialyte and things like that. But I just like to keep it simple because, like you said, if something happens, I want to be able to backtrack what the hell I was eating or drinking. So I just keep it simple like that.
Feeling good? You feel strong? I mean, you feel as good as you've ever felt?
Yeah, I went running, did my 3 miles this morning. I'm just chilling. I'm taking a nap, then I'll work out later on.
Are you studying? I mean, tell me a little bit about your opponent. I mean, obviously, I'm not studying a women's fight game and seeing other fights, but this is the study of what you're trying to do to win this fight this week.
Well, my husband, who's also a professional boxer, Glenn Dezurn Jr., he's my training partner. So he takes a lot of the stress. I have an amazing coaching staff, world renowned, who's also worked with world champions, and they're very talented and smart. So, of course, with my expertise, I'm good, but I have a great staff that basically puts the plan together and I execute it.
The heavy hitting diva following her out on IG. You can follow her this week. The fight is on Triller Fight Club's card in Miami. It's on the 19th, fighting Ellen Setteruz of Sweden. Franchon, it's always good to visit with you. Before I let you go, give me a little Baltimore thought because the Baltimore positive part is here. I know you'll be heading home here at some point. You said Baltimore made you. Give me a little Baltimore shout out and some things you miss about Baltimore, and I can't wait to get back here for.
Oh, I love Baltimore. I love running through the neighborhoods and